Shadowhunters! So this was that episode where we bog ourselves down on the information. We all have that chapter in the book. We all have that episode on the TV show. It's kind of, it reveals everything, but if you are watching a TV show and you've already read a book, you're kind of just like, okay, next. But Malik was in this one and Malik kicked some ass. Alright, let's talk about everything here. Let's take a moment and chill. Let's not chill, actually. What the hell was going on in this episode? This episode included nothing of the book. It was still pretty good. I'd give it about an A-, 90%. We start off and they're rushing Luke to Magnus's, and he's there and he's delusional and he's screaming in pain, and we spend the first half of the episode not helping Luke, just watching him suffer, because nobody can get their shit in order, and it's taken too long to get things done. He's having these delusional flashbacks, and one is of Jocelyn, but it's not a flashback, it's of present day, and he's trying to figure out how to help find the cup and help her, and she's like, gotta find a cup, gotta do that with Quayle, blah, 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 and she kind of drifts away, and I'm like, is this some vision? What is this? Is this like a vision that Quayle would have with the portal necklace? Magnus is over there to Jace, like, I need this, this, and this, and you have to go to some black market pharmacy, and Simon's like, I'm coming too. You can deal with it, I'm coming too. And so they go, and there's this dramatic fight scene about Alec, and Alec's friendship with Jace, and how Jace treats Alec versus Simon's friendship with Quayle, and how he's never gonna get higher than a friendship, and Jace keeps pissing Simon off, and at one point Simon takes him and slams up against a wall with a knife to his throat, and Vampire Simon is 97% complete. And then after that, Jace is like, you're not coming any farther, pharmacy guy hates mundanes, you staying here. As Simon's there, and Jace dramatically stabs his sloth blade into some cement. Okay, you can't. Sloth blades are good, they aren't that good. And Simon walks over to the side because he thinks he sees Camille, and he looks down and he sees his dead self there. Whoa. Well, I'm assuming that was just a vision, because if Jay saw a dead Simon there, we'd have some issues. But this is practically confirmation. Simon has super strength. Simon saw himself dead with fang marks in it. Vampirism. Buff Link. He's kind of freaked out, and then him and Jace get attacked by what was either a demon or a giant scorpion. Yay, CGI! I'm not liking how they're doing demons. I don't know why. Something is bothering me about it. And we go to the Institute. Now, here's a problem. Here's my main problem with this entire episode. Alex arranged marriage. What was funny is I actually saw this girl on Instagram, and she took a picture of Alec and whatever girl they're going to insert as his arranged marriage wife, and said, what did they do in arranged marriage? And this was last year. This was probably last year in December, and I thought it was so absurd, and now I'm sitting here staring at my TV, and what is happening? What is happening? So the Lightwoods are all about politics. We met Robert Lightwood. We had Maris. Her name is Maris? How the hell do you get Maris from how you pronounce that? And we had met Max. There's this scene where we're meeting Max, and he runs in and he hugs Alec and he hugs Isabel, and he's talking about how he was hungry and he meant to draw the nutrition rune, and he accidentally drew the flame one. And then there's a scene later on of Isabel flashcards and he screws up the nutrition rune. We've never seen Alec and Max, not that strongly in the book, and Isabel and Max, this is gonna cause problems. Even watching him caused me to tear up, because we know what's gonna happen. There's this whole plan. Okay, number one, Robert is too much of a caring father, way too much so. He's bringing this cookbook to Isabel, and he's fighting with Maris, how do you pronounce Maris from that? And she's like, it's gonna be Alec who does it, because Alec has this really strong scene where he's talking to his mother when she's crying, and he's like, well, Lightwoods, we fight this, and he's talking about when he was 10 years old, and he got picked on by a kid, and he kicked his ass and broke his nose, and that was perfect. Love that scene, because we've never seen strong Alec. We've always seen behind Alec, but Alec is just as much the Lightwood as Isabel. No freaking doubt there. And so Maris is like, it's going to be Alec who does it, and then Robert's like, it has to be Isabel who does it because it ties with the Seelys. Because the Lightwoods are all about politics, and they're going to reconnect the Seely tie with the Shadowhunters so that they won't lose their support or something for Valentine. I don't even know. So their plan is for Alec to have an arranged marriage. I'm sorry. I can't. I just stare at the screen like, are these words coming out of this TV right now? An arranged marriage. An arranged... no. An arranged marriage never, ever, ever happened in the Shadowhunter world. Ever. 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 I'm sorry. I can't. Please take the arranged marriage out of this. It fit with the family drama. I hate to say it, even though I hated the concept of an arranged marriage. It was fitting in with it. And Isabel wants to Alec, and she's like, you have to swear to me that you'll say no. And then, oh yeah, Alec, we forgot to tell the whole thing to you. And so he gets extremely pissed off when Isabel tells him the truth, and he runs to Magnus's after he got that call from Chase. And Magnus told Chase he needed a virgin energy source. Yes, Magnus, Alec is your virgin energy source. Okay. And him and Magnus hold hands, and they have the strength line. Us and Alex sippers, we were crying, and there's a scene where Magnus looks in Alex's eyes, and I was just like, I don't even care that Malik is moving too fast. I don't care. I care about nothing. Except for this arranged marriage suit. I don't know what the hell you're doing there. But Malik, see, this is why we can't have an arranged marriage, because why would you have an arranged marriage when you already have a perfect one sitting right there? Magnus explained the whole circle history to Clary, how her father went insane, injecting demon blood into him, and Luke wakes up, and he's explaining it too. Now, there was this one line mentioned where I was like, no, take that out right now. He said that that Valentine wanted to create more Shadowhunters using the Mortal Cup, but the angel Raziel had forbade them forever increasing their population or army size or whatever. I'm sorry. We've seen thousands of Shadowhunters ascend. They can ascend. Humans can become Shadowhunters if they're strong enough. There's a big deal about ascending. Sophie from the Infernal Devices. Whole reason why part of the Lightwood line continued was because of Sophie. I get there was no ascending in the Mortal Instruments, not until the end after the huge war in City of Fairy Fire, and I'm sure they can alter that down because that's years and years away. But still, I'm like, stop it, you're going to want it. And Luke is talking about how they were showing these constant flashbacks. These flashbacks were amazing. And they showed young Luke and young Valentine and young Jocelyn, and that night that Valentine went to get the cup and he was about to kill Luke. And Luke explained to him that how the parabatai bond got broken, and you hate Valentine, and it's so good. It delivered it perfectly. I wish we could have had flashbacks in the book now. And whatever woman played young Jocelyn, she kicked some serious ass. She was throwing some knives. She was fighting with Valentine. The fight scenes between Jocelyn, Luke, and Valentine looked pretty good. Even Alec's training looked pretty good. We're losing this dramatic CGI effect, and it's becoming more real. I was watching this clip online that I hadn't seen before of all the cast members training and doing flips and everything else like that, and it looks so real. And then you add some dramatic CGI in, and it looks fake. I'm like, what are you doing? But between those four people, it looked real. I just need to keep it that way. Valentine lost his mind and injected himself for demon blood just for Clary's mom's sake, because she was in love with Luke. Something about that line. It's too lucky. It was delivered very, very powerfully, though. It's very, very believable. Valentine is an insane lunatic, and they ended it. And so we got Jocelyn running off, and Luke thought he was dead, and obviously she's not because of nowadays. And Isabel cannot step up to. She's going to be the diplomat, which is what Alec always wanted to be, and she gets to play that role while he gets in Elaine's marriage. So she's fighting against her mother fiercely, and her mother's like, you don't understand the Accords, blah blah blah. And so ends with Isabel, and she's posing as her mother, dressed almost identical to her, and they look very, very alike, I will say that. And she writes this note to Melior, and I didn't exactly get to read the whole thing, but it's definitely going to come back into a play. This whole Elaine's marriage plan. It's not going to happen. Please take this Elaine's marriage out. I can't even deal with this. This is, nope. No. And ends with Clary talking to Luke, and she has this box, and Luke mentions her brother. Okay. I was like, whoa, whoa. Well, we didn't get that till like 3.5 books. Nobody knew about Jonathan other than Clary's mother, Valentine, supposedly. And that was like it. Luke did not know. I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. We're getting that way early. But they made it the whole, he died in a fire and your father was the one who had said it, Clary. And then she gets really mad and you can see her crying. And I actually really, really liked Kat McNamara, I don't know, acting in this, and it seemed very emotional. She seemed like she was feeling the pain of how strong Valentine was and how he literally almost destroyed everything. And she has this box, that box she had kept the last episode, and suddenly she puts it in paper, and it's just like, whoa, plot twist, whoa guys. And then it ends and she's like, I know how to get the cup. And I'm like, how do you know how to get the cup? Just from one drawing. But we're going to get to see I have a feeling next week's episode is going to kick ass. And it ends with Malik staying together having a drink. Ah, my little Malik. Even that whole scene between Magnus and Alec, when Magnus was explaining to Alec that he hadn't felt anything for anybody in like centuries. And I just can't, man. Can't. The whole drink scene. Somebody send them on a date and just make a whole season out of Magnus and Alec's date. I really don't think anybody would be complaining. I think it might be one of the most high-rated shows on television. But though I was content with this episode, my main issue was this arranged marriage. But everything else fit pretty well. Like I said, I gave it an A-. I'm Annalyse. Thank you for watching. We get more Malik next week. I think so. They mentioned it in the preview. And yeah, Malik. Thank you for watching. Bye.